folks. Well, we have got another chilly day. I actually called off school today because we have had some extremely high wind. If you look right here, you can see there was one of those electric signs flipped upside down. I think we've had gusts up over 50 miles an hour, and there are trees down everywhere. We didn't have we lost power about 5:30 this morning. It's 10 now. I still hadn't heard from Maddie. So she said she would text me if the power came back on. She hadn't texted me, so I'm guessing we still don't have it. So they called off school today. There's just so many people without power and so many roads blocked with trees right now. So that means I've got a day to get some things done. So it has been quite a few weeks since I was able to go out to Piney where we're cutting the timber. I don't have a ton of time to spend out there because I've got some other things that need to be done, but I am going to go out there and just kind of look around a little bit and see how much they've cut, if they're done. I don't have a clue, and I've not heard from them, so I'm going to go check that out. And then after I leave there, I'm going to run up on the river, and David and Brantley are going to come help me this afternoon with sorting off my calves, and I'm going to get them hauled off tonight. All the sales that are around us, we don't have one that's on the weekend anymore, so I can't really leave work to take them. So I'm going to be taking them to a local fella that he goes to the sale every week, and he'll haul cattle for people. We've got to pay him a little bit of money to do it, but anyways, we will. Also, while I'm up there today, I'm going to be hooking up all the jumper wires to turn the power on to all the new fence that's finished, and hopefully I'll get that done and can turn the power on today. That would be pretty awesome. I'm not too awful worried about the push for time of catching the calves and sorting them off, because there's not that many of them, and they're kind of like dogs. They'll follow me right into the lot, so I'm not too awful worried about that. And plus, I'm gonna wait until they get there to help me with it, because I need somebody else to run a gate, and they can't be there till about 4. It's a little after 10, so got some time to get some other things done. So take you all along for the ride today. Here we go. I honestly don't know that I'll make it up through here. It looks pretty muddy. And of course, it's not frozen anymore, but we'll see. I know I would not have made it this far with my other tires, that is for sure. So it looks like they did cut here in the middle. Wow. It really opened that up right there. If they're out here today and I'll be in their way, I don't know. So I can tell they've cut a bunch. If you look over there on that little knoll, you can tell it's clear. I don't see anybody out here. Well, it is definitely different from the last time I was here. It's gonna be kind of hard to tell, but I'm kind of, whoop, zooming in on my hand. There's a knoll right in there that I'd walked to before, and it's pretty clear back in there. They've also cut them another road up to this upper ridge piece up in here. But as windy as it is today, and not knowing, you know, there could be pieces that they've cut that have gotten stuck up in trees. I'm not getting back in there and having something blow out on my head. Not today. I've seen enough. Well, it's been weighing on my mind for the last couple weeks that I hadn't made it out here, and just wanted to see what it looked like. But they've got a lot of stuff laying in the road where I'd gone before, so I'll come back another day. It'd be nice to bring a four-wheeler out here and just go cruise around all of it. But you can see here, they've got a bunch of wood piled up over here, and I don't know how many trucks they've taken out, but I'm sure it's been a few, because there are a lot cut over there. I tell you, something that I have been thinking about, because this place is constantly on my mind, constantly thinking about what I need to do to make sure it's not just a nasty eyesore forever. And I've got another problem that I've not been able to come up with a solution for, and that is all of the flooded hay that I've got. And I'm thinking a good solution to that might be try to get it all across the river, put it on a trailer, bring it out here when they're done, and bring probably Josh's new tractor with the grapple on it out here and get on one of these highest knolls that I can get with one of these logging roads they've put in, and let those things roll down the hill and cover up some of this dirt that they've uncovered. I think it would kill two birds with one stone, as far as getting rid of the hay that I have nowhere for it to go, and putting some ground covering over some of this that's not seen daylight in a long time. So I don't know, it'll be a lot of work because they are broken apart and odd shaped. Wouldn't be able to haul it like a normal load of hay, and you probably couldn't get that many, but it's an idea. All right, I'm gonna go fix some fence. So up here where it had to go around this brace post, I used some of the insulated wire, and I used the crimpers that are, you know, one side is closed, one side's open, so you can kind of go around a wire that's already there and be able to crimp it. So I did that here. Then I came to the middle section and used a split bolt to put this one onto the middle wire, and then an extra one that I still got to run down to this one here. And that's what I was thinking my game plan was going to be, you know, at this corner out here and the corner down there. But I already got to the point the other night where I was running out of these things, and I know for sure I'm not going to have enough. So thinking I'm going to get as far as I can with those, and when I run out, I'm just going to switch my tactic and just wrap the wire, and maybe that'll work. I hope it works. It'll at least work until I can get some, trying to undo the fence here, the gate here with one hand and it's not working. It'll at least work though until I get some more of those, which stinks because the things are expensive. Oh well, it's just going to be what it is. Alright, so just to see if wrapping is going to work, on this very first one here, I've got just a little bit extra wire. I'm going to go ahead and try it on this one just to see what happens. And get me something to put my knee on though. Every single time I do this, I get soaking wet. So what I was thinking, get it right in there and pinch it with my pliers. I need those. I'll see what happens here. I don't know how many wraps I should do. Do as many as I can with the amount of wire that I've got. That might be about it, and it still looked decent. Got that end piece off. That should work. It's good and tight. And since it's on this split bolt here, if that ends up not working and I can tell that it's like arcing here at this little spot here, I can cut it off and replace it and then just pull this out. On one of those crimps, there's really no way to, try and replace it. So we'll go on to the next one and see what happens. That looks nice and clean, at least, so I'm cool with it as long as it works. Let's keep going. I would say this could be done with the smaller wire that I've got, but this thick, heavy stuff, I really like it. It's kind of a pain to work with, but it seems like everything's just going to be stouter, stronger, and I guess it can flow more current too if it's thicker. Alright, so something like this, I guess, is what I'm going for. I need to leave myself enough room to loop it. Cut it about right in there, I guess. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's so hard to get a good, tight, neat wrap with this thick stuff, which I guess there are pros that don't feel that way. Do this every day, they probably do it very nice. Me, on the other hand, I do not. I definitely don't like that as well as some of the other stuff I've done, that's for sure. But with limited resources right now, I think it'll be okay. I just don't want to have to do it twice. That would be a bummer. I'm going to try this next one with some of this thin stuff and see what it's like. It's not super thin. It's definitely not the thinnest stuff we've used here. Dad had some stuff that was super old that we would use for little temporary fencing here and there. Some of it's out here in this poly wire where I ran out, and it's super thin and super junky too. This is quite a bit thicker than that, but it's not as thick as this stuff. You can kind of tell it's just a little bit easier to deal with. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Even though the wire's not as thick, those connections are a whole lot tighter than these up here. So I think moving forward, that's going to be the game plan. I believe. Alright, I'm going to give you just a little bit different angle of what I'm doing here. I don't know if you can see this wire up here, but this is the last one I did with that smaller wire. And I was able to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wraps on it or so, and it is super tight. So I like that a lot better than that top one. It would be perfect if I just had a bunch of those crimps. It'd be great, but those crimps were like $17 or something for a pack of 10, and I need like, I don't even know how many, a lot. So we'll try this and give it a shot. Just see how it goes. I'm sure there's people that do it this way because there's people that don't even use those crimps. So I'm not going to worry too awful much about it, I don't think. I'll put one more for good measure. All right, cool. Another corner done. Move on to the next one. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So on these, for this spring gate, I'm just going to go from this loop here over to the wire, and from the loop over to the wire, and loop over the wire. Then my power should be going through this insulator to the spring gate. I got to do the same thing down there. And we'll be moving on to the next one after that. I put up with freezing just about enough. I had to go get clothes. It is getting colder for sure. So while I'm working here, I'm going to throw up a picture of a fella real quick right here. So that guy, and excuse me if I get your mispronounce your name, is Rodney Meisenheimer. I think I did that right. Meisenheimer. So last weekend, when I was working at Frosty's, this fella came up to me, and I'm kind of the guy that stands at the front and fills out people's tags for them and tells them where to go if they've never been there, that kind of thing. And so I was filling out the tag for this guy, and he said, "By any chance, do you do YouTube?" And it blew my mind. And then he came back and asked for a picture. It made my day. So, Rodney, you and your wife, thank you all for introducing yourself and talking with me for a little while and just, coming up and talking to me. That was pretty cool. But I'd say, because this section back in here is pretty much done. It was done already. I got to connect this. I got to connect right there at that post. So I got 3, 6, 9, 12. I think I got 12 places left to do, and it's only, I don't know, it's maybe a little after 1 o'clock or something. So I am going to end up moving the fence charger from where it is right now. The reason it was there before was because of the way Dad had the fence, and I've kind of changed that up now. So it seems like there's a little bit better place to move. Well, I didn't get to film as much as I wanted to when we were unloading, but everything went just perfectly smooth, and they are gone. So we can celebrate. And so Josh grabbed my phone and recorded for us while David and Brantley and I sorted off the cows and the bull. And literally, we had the cows separated and the calves loaded in 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Couldn't ask for a smoother process than that. And that is not a smooth working facility, if you even want to call it that. So I'm going to put out a bale of hay real quick and head on back towards town. But we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.